External Affairs Minister Jaishankar addressing the United Nations flagged rising global economic pressure due to restricted access and high costs, calling them pressure points for many nations. He criticized double standards international approach to conflicts and urged the global community to shift the focus to dialogue and diplomacy. Let me go across to Siddhant. Siddhant, what do you make of this statement by External Affairs Minister Jaishankar?
Yes, it's a very, very important remark made by EAM Jaishankar at the G20 foreign ministers meeting. In fact, India fully supports South Africa's presidency of the G20. In fact, Minister Jaishankar made India's position very, very clear that the focus of India today is on the correlation between international peace and global development. In recent times, that is well established as both deteriorated in parallel. In fact, Minister Jaishankar also spoke about the double standards, that apart from jeopardizing supplies and logistic access and costs themselves became pressure points on nation. In fact, he also spoke about the importance of dialogue and diplomacy, that how peace can certainly enable development, but by threatening development, we cannot facilitate peace. Making energy and other essentials more uncertain in an economically fragile situation helps no one. The way out is move the needle towards dialogue and diplomacy, not in the opposite direction towards further complication. Perhaps India has always projected itself as the voice of the global South, and at each and every international forum platform, India has always raised the concern or concerns of the global South. So yesterday, speaking at G20 foreign ministers meeting, EAM Jaishankar spoke about that how the prices of essential commodities have gone up, fertilizers have gone up, and this is all because of the two ongoing conflict. So in fact, he said that there are many countries which are in a position to speak to both the words. Perhaps those countries could be utilized by the international community for dialogue and diplomacy. So, in fact, in a way, he was talking about India. Perhaps India also enjoys a unique position because India speaks to Russia and European leaders both. So, the message was the way out of the conflict is to move the needle towards the dialogue and diplomacy, not in the opposite direction towards further complication. Perhaps also he took a pot shot at the United States, and in fact, that how certain countries, without naming United States, in fact, he said that how certain countries are responsible for the geopolitical churn.
Many thanks, Siddhant, for gathering all that. We'll keep coming back to you for further updates. Now we'll listen into what Jaishankar said.
A persistent threat to development is that perennial disruptor of peace, terrorism. It is imperative that the world display neither tolerance nor accommodation to terrorist activities. Given the extensive networking among terrorists, those who act against them on any front actually render a larger service to the international community as a whole. As we confront conflict, economic pressures and terrorism, the limitations of multilateralism and the United Nations in particular are visible. The need for reforming multilateralism has never been greater. Colleagues, the international situation is today both politically and economically volatile. We, as members of G20, have a particular responsibility to strengthen its stability and give it a more positive direction. That is best done by undertaking dialogue and diplomacy, by firmly combating terrorism, and by appreciating the need for stronger energy and economic security.